Hey guys, Joel here, and welcome back to another episode. So today, I just wanted to really talk about this. I believe I had spoke briefly about it when it comes to a lot of these games now, these remakes now, I should say, with these games and remasters. Actually, it's more with the remakes of the remasters and everything like that. So I just want to talk about this real quick because definitely we need to talk. I need to really address this because I'm tired of these AAA devs now, bringing this woke shit into these games and everything like that. So yeah, so video might not be for everyone because I know how this world is now, and and how a lot of people is really sensitive and how they're trying to like really push, this shit, these certain things is going on in politics or whatever like that. They're trying to push into these modern games now, and I really hate that. So if you're one of those people, to stop the video and don't watch anymore because like I have a lot to say about this, and it's just really I'm really fed up with it, and this is just wrong. So there's a new game coming out. Well, it's a remake. It's a new game too, but it's a remake for Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D, I think it's called, right? HD 2D remake, whatever like that. With Square Enix again. uh, I don't know what to say about these companies, the Square Enix, but I'm always talking about them. I always have a bone to pick with them because it has pissed me off so much. But they coming out with the HD 2D remake of Dragon Quest 3, and it's gonna be I thought it was actually gonna be on the PS4 because I remember I spoke about it one time because when I did one of my Game Informer magazine reviews, they had mentioned it was gonna be on the PS4, but it's not anymore. I don't know. I guess they just decided to change their mind, so it's gonna be on the Switch and on the PS5. I'm not sure if it's also on Xbox Series, but I think it's also on Steam. It's gonna be on Steam as well, whatever like that. Because I was looking it up to see, because I was like, okay, I was interested in it, but then I found out they didn't have it. They didn't was gonna have the PS4. Like, oh, whatever. I didn't. Then I was like, whatever, I don't care. And then after that, it's crazy because right after that, like a couple of hours the same day after looking that up, I got an article about the changes that they made in the game and stuff like that. And this is where I was like, okay, good. At least I don't have to care, give a shit about no more. Whatever. You got, the current gen can keep that or whatever. So there's two things in the article they mention that they censor. One of them wasn't that big. Like I didn't really care as much, but I still feel like they should have just left it the way it was. And that is with what's it? With one of the characters, the female characters, the classes, when she's a warrior class, she was like kind of like naked or whatever like that. She didn't really have on like, I mean, she still had clothes. She had on clothes, but I don't know why they decided to censor it for some reason. Like I didn't see anything wrong with it, but they decided to give her a little bit extra clothes or whatever like that because she kind of looked like almost naked. You could say like scanty clad or whatever like that. So, but like I said, I didn't see anything wrong with it. Because I have played Dragon Quest games, of course, in the past and everything like that, and I've seen that character already. I didn't have a problem with it. I don't see what was the issue with it. But they decided to censor it and whatever, and just give us some more clothes and stuff like that. So that was the first thing they decided to change in this remake. Then the second one is the one that pissed me off, and I was like, wow. I'm like, are you serious? Like, come on, don't bring this shit into these games now. Don't bring this woke shit into these games now. Like, it's just, I don't like this at all. So now with the gender, when you're choosing a male or female, when you select a character, whatever, when you first start the game and stuff like that, instead of male and female, they change it to type A and type B. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I'm like, I couldn't believe that. I really couldn't believe that. And a lot of the even articles mentioned that was like a really like a very controversial change, specifically with that. Not really with the first one with censoring the way she dressed. That is okay. Like whatever. Even though it should just stay the same, but you should just left it alone, left her alone. But with this whole gender shit now, and it's like, like you can't choose male or female. You got to do type A, type B. I don't like that at all. Like like you shouldn't bring that to games. Like you should leave the game the way it was. I don't know why they decided to start bringing politics into games. A lot of people really fed up with that because I've also read another article where people was fed up with that, and why a lot of people, like older games now, like in retro games and stuff like that, which is one of my main reasons as well as why I like my retro games and stuff like that because obviously those games they can't censor it. They can't alter things or take things out or add woke shit into the game or whatever because it's old games. They can't do anything to that. But if they remake these games or whatever like that, or even remasters, they can take some of this stuff out, But I feel like it's more like towards remakes because since they like, just building the game up again, from scratch or whatever like that, as opposed to a remaster is more of I see that more of as like a port, with this like updated graphics or whatever, and then it runs faster, like more smoother. And sometimes, occasionally, not all the time, they'll add extra content into the game, like extra features or whatever like that, or they'll give you all the DLC that it originally came out with if it was on last gen, like a last gen era, a certain gen era that had DLC at the time, so they'll add that. Or sometimes, even if it's an older game, they'll probably add content like DLC or whatever like that. But most of the time, it's a game that when they remaster, they'll just add extra content. It's free, whatever like that. I don't really think I remember any um what's it like any remasters that came out recently that actually has DLC that you pay for. But so that's the difference between the two. Like remasters, I don't really mind as much, but I'm still careful with it. Remakes, I really don't like at all, because of things like this. Because like I said, they're building it from the ground up again and everything like that. And with everything going on in this in today's society and everything, like how it comes with when it comes to politics and stuff like that, it's like they started to push that stuff on in games, which I don't like. They're doing it in movies, they're doing it in TV shows and everything like that. And that has no place in gaming, like video games is supposed to be a form of entertainment, is to me, for me, I don't know about everyone else, but for me, it's a form of entertainment. It's like a time to like get away from everything, like kind of like I would say like leave, like step out of the leave the world, like be in your own little world, your own little bubble, just relax and everything, be away from all the drama or negativity going on, or just be away from people in general. Like sometimes, like I'm one of those people, I don't really like to be around people often like that. I don't like to always be around people. Like I like to have my own space, my peace and quiet, and my video game time, where I can just relax, unwind, play my games, have fun and everything like that, not think hard on things like in life, what's going on in my life, or like be stressed out, or and stuff like that. Because I sometimes I think a lot too much on things in life and stuff like that, especially when it comes to things in the past, and that actually sometimes have an effect on me because since sometimes I have anxiety, I go through that a little bit. So games do help me the most. Like music helps as well and stuff, and also going outside. But music, I mean, games is where it's at for me. That's like everyone has their own way of coping with things in life. So for me, it's mainly video games and stuff like that. That's what keeps me just pretty much chill or whatever like that, laid back, mellow and stuff like that, and just entertain, having fun, and also nostalgia as well. Playing these old games and stuff. Retro games that I love playing. Like is when I talk about these games on the channel, I do let's plays. You guys see it. You guys know that I'm like I'm into it. I'm passionate about it. I love my games and stuff like that. My retro games mainly and stuff like that. Just not all acting or whatever like that. I'm not acting. I'm not like just doing fake reactions or whatever just for views or stupid thumbnails for views. I don't do any of that shit. So this is what I love to do on this channel. So but now with these more modern games now, you start to push this stuff in there, then I have a problem. Because you shouldn't be doing that. I don't like this whole censoring, like I said, and I don't like how they throw in all this woke shit in, political correctness crap and all that. I don't like that at all. That has no place in these games and it needs to stop, and that's also another reason why, like I said before, I'm not interested in remakes or remasters. And also why, after, like I said, once it's done with PS4, I'm most likely just gonna stick with Nintendo again. I'm gonna go back to being a Nintendo guy again and everything like that. Because I'm interested in the Switch. I know I mentioned that many times. I'm interested in getting back because they have a great library, games coming out. And for some reason, they're like the only ones like I feel like they're doing more physical than other two consoles. I don't really see Sony doing that as much like they used to, especially Xbox. Don't get me started on them. They're like going all out, full digital now. Especially with the Game Pass shit and all that. Which I actually wanted to talk about that too, but I'm gonna definitely talk about it in a separate video. But Nintendo is where it's at because, like I said, even though they have their ways, they're still traditional. They're still traditional like gamers and developers and stuff like that, and that's what I like. They're still traditionalists and everything, so they're still sticking to the old school formula, and it's still in their own little bubble. Which I back then I didn't like it, but now I like it. I see why they do that. And then when it comes to Japan, it's a little different. They're not like how it is in this country and everything. Like we just woke shit. They don't play that, and everything like that. So the only reason why, I mean, it's not really surprising, but I know why Square Enix, has got into this, and even with Sony, is because they became a little bit more like they morphed into like a Western company now in a way, especially Square Enix. You don't see like how their games now is like more like Western based now. Like all the games are like action based now. All the new Final Fantasies, then the Final Fantasy 7 remake, all action based or whatever like that, because it's catering to people, here in the Western, there's Western gamers and stuff like that. Well, not all, but a majority of them that likes that type of gameplay. A lot of them don't have the patience for turn based or like learning a learning curve. They just want to be able to just run and hack and slash and shit like that. That's the type of games they like. So they want to cater to those people because like, okay, our game's not selling well over here, so let's switch it up. This is what these gamers like. They want to play games like this, they don't like want mindless games where we don't really require much thinking to play or whatever like that. And that's not the way I like my games, because like I said, from a different generation or whatever like that, I grew up with turn-based games and stuff like that. I grew up with Squaresoft before it became Square Enix. I grew up with Enix as well when they were good before the merge, so I don't like these games. I don't like with the step the play like where they're going, like their path or whatever. But they're definitely becoming more of a Western company now, which I've noticed with a lot of the games. And I believe I have seen an article as well when they mentioned that like Square Enix is becoming more Western based or whatever like that. They're catering too much to people here, and now they're starting to dive into the whole Western politics and shit here, and starting to censor shit in the game. Same thing with Sony, because PlayStation is huge over here, in America and stuff like that. So of course they're gonna start catering to these people too, to this small minority group out there, over there, the sensitive group out there that's upset because certain people not in the game, when it comes to this, community. I really don't want to mention it because, like I said, I don't really want to talk about this type of stuff in this channel. But alphabet community stuff like that wants to put these stuff in these games, like like push a certain character, when it comes to like transgender stuff like that. And to me, those stuff is not things that shouldn't, it shouldn't be like it shouldn't be pushed into games. Like I understand, like you want to be, like you want to be like have equal opportunity for everyone like that, but I don't think that is something you should push on other people. You know, or at least maybe have an option where you can like turn certain things off where you're not comfortable with, because not everyone wants that in their face. Not everyone wants to have that shit thrown in their face, push in the face. When you go on social media, that's all you see. When I go on Twitter, that's all I see, and I don't want that. My face, like this, like, come on, like, that's not how it should be, like, and, like, I don't think everyone should be forced to like a certain group of people or a certain race or whatever like that. That's just how I believe it, because I feel like when it comes to everyone in this world, like, I feel like everyone has their likes and dislikes. I do believe that there's a lot of people out there that have this small, like, slight bit of racism in them or, prejudice or whatever like that. Like, and I don't see anything wrong with that. Because like I said, there's no one perfect in this world. I'm not here to judge anybody. If that's what you believe, that's your opinions. You have your right to your opinions. Your right, freedom of speech. Which is what they're trying to take away here. And I don't like that. So I don't think these are stuff you should be pushing these games. And I've seen that now with with Sony doing the screenings, like how it was with Spider-Man 2, which I heard a lot of people was pissed off about it because some things they added in there when it came to the community and stuff like that. I don't know if it was with transgender or something like that. I don't remember what it was. It was something in some mission or something in the game. I don't remember exactly what it was, and a lot of people was upset about it. Cause I did read an article about it. I did see a YouTube video about it as well on here with somebody complained about that, but I don't remember because it's been a while. That was sometime last year, because was last year or the year before? It was last year. I don't remember when Spider-Man 2 came out. But I don't care because it's not on PS4, and I'm happy about that. Because like I said, I don't want those stuff being pushed in my face or in my games and stuff like that. Especially games that I grew up with that are being remade or remastered, and then now you're starting to censor things that wasn't in the original version or add this type of shit into this woke shit. I don't like that. Like, you shouldn't be doing that. Like, because it's games. It's a form of entertainment. It's not here to like change your political view or whatever like that or whatever, like who which party you choose, or what do you believe in life, if you believe in God or whatever like that. Like, I don't like that at all. Like, you shouldn't be doing that in games. Like, it's not right. And they're doing that. Like, they're just like, this is why I don't like, I hate Square Enix. I don't like them at all. Like, they come out with a lot of games, RPGs that I was kind of interested in, JRPGs and stuff like that. But then when I see it's from them, I was like, nah, I don't really trust it. Like, I just feel like it's gonna be shitty, or they're just gonna, probably throw some woke shit in there, whatever like that, and I'm not interested. I don't want that in these games. And like I said, every day, Squaresoft is the best. That's why that's the only games I would still get. But like I said, a lot of these games I'm not interested in. Even when I knew Visions of Mana that came out, I was interested in it, but then I also looked up on Reddit and a lot of people said it sucks. It's not even good. So like whatever. Like Square Enix, like they fell from grace. Like they're not the same anymore and everything. And now they cater to this Western gamers now. For those gamers that like those type of games where you just run around and slashing people all day, slicing or jumping, parkour and all that crap in games. They cater to those type of people. Those type of people will like Square Enix still, but I don't like them. I don't like the games they're coming out with. I don't like the direction they're going, and with their company and stuff and with their games and like what they're doing with these games, what they're pushing into these games. I don't like it. So that's the reason why I can't support them anymore and why I'm not interested in any of their games anymore. Like I said, there was like a few games that was coming out that looks interesting, but once I see it's from them, it's like, nah. This is crazy. And what else? Same thing with Sony, because they have their own studio as well, and the games they make, I'm not interested in either. So it's the same thing with them. Another game actually I wanted to mention too, which is like that, was Tactics Ogre Reborn. I had it. I mean, I have it. I just don't play anymore. I'm trying to sell it, trying to get rid of it. But it's not the same as what I remembered with the other Tactics Ogre. Let Us Cling Together. With that one that I had played back then on the PSP, and also they have the PS1 version. I think it originally came on the Super Nintendo, if I'm not mistaken. But then I played on the PS1. I played on the PSP from it through an emulator on the PlayStation TV that I have, the modern one I have. And then now they came out this one, so I was like really happy about it, excited. But as I'm playing, I'm like, why is there no like fights you can get into, like like fights on the real map, like how it is in Final Fantasy Tactics and stuff like that. That shit is gone. So when I did look it up on Reddit that time, they mentioned how they removed that or whatever like that, and it did some other changes and shit that originally wasn't Let Us Cling Together. They took out of this version and stuff like that, and they took out some good stuff. Like things like I want it in a game like this. Because like I said, it's really similar to Final Fantasy Tactics, but then you take out shit to make it like more of like a watered down version or whatever like that. So these are the things I'm talking about when it comes to remakes and whatever, remasters or whatever, because not only do they censor things or they try to add woke shit into it, but they take out good features that were in the old games and just make it whack. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing this shit no more, because I noticed like I was kind of like stuck at some part, and it's like, damn, how am I really gonna grind and stuff like that? Do I really have to just go to this one area? It's like a little dungeon. I forgot the name of it, and you just go there. You can just fight and just like kind of like level up and stuff like that. Actually, no, you don't level up. I think they changed that too. You don't level up. They give you like this experience thing you can use now. Like you get whatever like after battles, and you can use that to level up your characters and stuff like that. It reminds me of that thing. It's like the rare candies that you get in Sword and Shield, Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's just like that, where you can just easily level up somebody without having to really battle to level up and grind. I don't really like that, because I feel like that's being lazy, and everything, and just like kind of cheating in a way. So like, what's the point of having like, what's the point of playing these games if you don't like doing this stuff? You rather just the easy way out by just quickly using these stuff to level up to like 99 or whatever like that. Like I don't think that's fun. That then it makes no sense playing games if that's the case. If you're just gonna cheat in games. So they took all that stuff out, and I was like, yeah, I'm not interested no more in this game. So trying to get rid of it, and I want to go back and play the better version. Let Us Cling Together. I want to play that. And what else? Another game I'm thinking that they did, added that shit in, political shit in. I think that's about it from what I can think of. Yeah, I think that's it. I already know, because like I said, I don't really look up a lot of these new games now, and you guys see why, But like I said, Nintendo's the only one that I don't really see doing these stuff, because like I said, they're more traditional, so they're not into all this Western shit going on here, all this politics or whatever. They just keep their games the same. Just like what that the article I read said the same thing about with the Mario games. You'll see Mario games becoming woke or whatever like that. You'll see Princess Peach all of a sudden coming out as she's a transgender or whatever like that. Or things like that. Like once that happens, like, yeah, screw Mario, like fuck that. I'm never playing that series again, that franchise, if they were ever to do something like that. But I definitely don't ever see them doing something like that. But like I said, things like that, like this traditional things, like things that we like in life, like this how how we grew up with and stuff like that, or like like conservative things or whatever like that. They're trying to like reverse that stuff or revert it and make it seem like that was wrong, and what we're pushing these games now is the right thing. This is what you're supposed to be following. This is what you're supposed to have in your face every day. This is what you're supposed to accept, and you better like it or not, or whatever. So I don't like that. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. So that's my little rant and everything. Like I said, I know a lot of people is not gonna like what I have to say, and it's true. But like I said, a lot of people nowadays in this world is really sensitive, especially when it comes to certain topics, especially when it comes to like politics or whatever. It's like you can't have a different opinion from somebody else; they get upset, So, but this is something I want to address because I feel like I don't want to like just hold it in. So if a lot of people is upset about it and you guys, want to unsubscribe, go right ahead. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care about that stuff. I'm not here to, to like appeal to nobody or sugarcoat things. I'm not begging, feeding for subscribers like other people, other YouTubers. I don't care. So, like I said, I'm just doing this because it's something I love to do. I love, my passion for these games. And if you guys are interested in my content, you want to talk, and we know we have a good talk in the comment section, you want to subscribe, go right ahead. But I'm not forcing you to watch my stuff. I'm not forcing you to subscribe. I force you to like stuff. I'm not doing any of that stuff. If you like it, you like it. If you agree with what I'm saying with this, okay, that's good. But everyone's entitled to their own opinions. If you that's what you like in the games, that's fine. That's fine. But I don't think you should be pushing it on other people who don't like that stuff in the games. That just want to play a game for the entertainment for the fun of it. And you shouldn't be pushing that stuff in games. And I see the route that Square Enix is going now. I see the route that Sony is going now. So it's the reason why I'm gonna have to stop getting games from them, and that's it. And one more I forgot to mention. Good thing it just popped up in my head. And with Capcom, that people was calling Crapcom now. Another one with the remake, a Resident Evil 4 remake. When they I remember I spoke. That's the game I spoke about briefly a little bit when I was talking about this whole wokeism shit that they started throwing into games. Because I know they censored something with Ashley. I think her outfit, something like that they censored, and I don't know what else they changed, but that's the only thing I know of. But I remember I was looking up on Reddit, and a lot of people was upset with some things they made, some changes to the game with the remake or whatever like that. So I'm like, okay. So after that, I was like, yeah, I'm not playing that game. I'd rather just stick with the one I remember, and that's Resident Evil 4, the better version, in my opinion, and stuff like that for the GameCube. That's my favorite version. That's the one I actually want to get back, by the way. Just letting you guys know, because I might be playing that one for the Halloween Horror Game series that I have coming up the end of this month. And what else? But yeah, with Resident Evil 4 remake, that's all I really remember. I didn't really look up too much of it. It's just I seen that, so that's what they mentioned. I mean, I didn't even look up at all. That was just mentioned when I was looking up info on the Resident Evil 4 remake, like how good is it, whatever like that, and that's when they had mentioned on Reddit and stuff like that. So like, oh, I'm not interested no more. I don't like that. Just leave the game the way it is. Like I don't like changes in like. There's no reason to change these things in these games, censor things, and add these certain things. If you want to like improve on a game, like when it comes to like adding more content, like how they did with the Resident Evil HD remaster, one of my favorites of all time, that's fine. Like how they did Resident Evil 2 remake, that's fine. But don't do that. Don't just add political shit in there, censor shit, and like or take out good content like how they did Resident Evil 3 remake when they took out like majority of the content and the game just was whack. It wasn't the same as Resident Evil 3 Nemesis and everything like that. So yeah, so I think Capcom might be the next company on my to stop supporting, but which is also a Japanese company. So I guess they're going more, they getting into influence with the Western ideology now, and that's about it. So yeah, so like I said before, I don't like it. I'm not happy with what's going on with modern gaming. I don't see like positives with modern gaming now. That's the reason why I don't really care about modern gaming anymore. Like that. I mean, like that, and that's why I'm like more like iffy, cautious when it comes to like certain games, especially like I said when it comes to remasters or remakes. I have to look for a lot of things. Like okay, like what did they change? What did they censor? What did they remove? What type of stuff did they add? What kind of woke shit did they add in the game or whatever other stuff did they add? Like I want to find out these stuff first, And it's either through the articles that I mentioned. Sometimes they will ignore that part, or I'll just go right to Reddit where they'll just be straight up and tell me what they removed or what they didn't. Same thing with Twitter, because Twitter as well, they speak with them, they speak their mind on there, stuff like that, which is what I like about it. And then, freedom of speech and stuff like that. But so I think that's pretty much it on that. Like, so I don't like it, man. The future of modern gaming is just not good. When it comes to that, and when like a lot of things are going, the digital route now and stuff like that, I'm not even really seeing much physical games, by the way, for like the PS4. And I think it's also what my friend mentioned yesterday, which I think is I think that might be right. Like he noticed that like with the PS4, they're doing more digital now, but for the PS5, then it's all physical now. They don't want to have it physical for both consoles for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe something with money. They're rather like, okay, why do we keep investing more money into both? Let's try to push people to get the PS5 if we have more physicals, for physical versions for that console. So it could be that, but I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they're doing that. Maybe that's the reason why. Maybe they're trying to push people like me that loves physical to like get the PS5. I don't know, which is not happening. So but whatever. That's why I have to like really resort to play Asian now to get a lot of these physical games because they're doing it and they're not doing it here and major retailers here like Amazon or GameStop and stuff like that. But anyways, yeah. So that's for another time. Maybe I can talk about that with the whole digital era and like how that's ruining gaming and stuff like that. Definitely want to talk about Game Pass. That's something I want to talk about a while back and I kept forgetting. And also because when it was super hot, I just never got the chance to do it. And it's like there's some other things I want to talk about. But anyways, yeah. So let me know in the comment section below and everything what you guys thought. Like I said, a lot of people might not be happy with what I have to say, but it's the truth, and I don't like what's going on with the game. I don't like that. You shouldn't be pushing these stuff into games. Like don't do that. Like this, the games, like let's be entertained. Let's have fun with these games, and especially with people like me when it comes to nostalgia, like playing a lot of these games over again that that they have remasters for. Let's play it the way it was. Like don't take stuff out or do that. Like come on, that's wrong. Yeah, that's wrong. But yeah, so let me know in the comment section below, guys, and yeah, so and we could talk about it. Let me know, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys next time for another episode. Take care.